episode of Mix and Mingle. I'm your host, Brighton, and we have a very special guest today. It is the host of Wake Up Mondays, our boy, ZeroWolf.
What's up, everybody?
Now, we're going to hop right into it because this is episode 2. If you guys don't know the format of the show, basically we're going to sit down, have a chat with this cat right here, different DJs and music producers around, just all kinds of personalities to say the least. Sit down, chat with them for a little while, and then afterwards we're going to break out the decks, crank on these lasers that are above our head. You can't really see them right now. Throw on a fog machine and let them perform for us. So we'll either break out the decks, or if they play another instrument, set that up for them or do something. So mix and mingle, you know what I'm saying? Alrighty, so let's get right into it. Tell us about where you're from.
So, I was born in Guatemala, grew up in Washington, D.C., and then moved here. So,
Awesome.
yeah.
Okay, so you quite the traveler. We like to see that. So, what brought you to Orlando?
My parents got sick of the cold, and me too. And I got pneumonia twice when I was a kid, and so we were like, yeah, the cold is not it. So let's move to Florida.
Yeah. So you're an only child?
No, I have a younger sister. She's into like metal and like rock, so she's
awesome.
the cool sister.
All right. And so how did you get into like music?
So growing up, my parents listened to a lot of like club music. So back in the day, before there was like house music, there was Italo, which is like Italian house music, and there was stuff called Eurodance and Eurobeat, and that kind of came after house music. But my parents were a lot into that. And then growing up, listened to a lot of classic rock like Pink Floyd, the Stones, and then eventually I wanted to make music on my own. And a friend in middle school named Henry wanted to form a band named Oblivion Society, but he ended up moving. So then I was like, how do you make music by yourself? And the internet showed me like DJ, producer, but I was like, I can't really do that. And then my cousins introduced me to Daft Punk and then to Tiesto, who at the time I was like, Tostitos, bro, who's that? And actually now thinking about it, my social studies teacher was from Miami. I can't remember his name, but he was like this. He was an Italian dude. He's like, he could have been on Jersey Shore. He was like, and he's like,
That's funny.
And he's like, no, it's Tiesto. He got mad. He got offended when I called him Tostito. And after that, I was like, okay, let me do some research. And then I was like, okay, I can DJ. And this is a real story here. So this is in high school, right? So my parents did not want to invest in me being a DJ because they were like, you're gonna not want to do it after a couple months. And so they bought me DJ Hero, the video game, and I beat DJ Hero on Expert.
I don't even know if I've ever heard of that. That's
bro,
crazy.
it's crazy.
DJ Heroes, like,
yeah,
like Guitar Hero, I assume.
no, yeah, it's Guitar Hero. Like it's basically Guitar Hero but for DJing.
That's crazy. I've never even heard of that. That's nuts.
And I think I had it for like the Wii or whatever, and then
Awesome.
I beat it on Expert. Like the first 2 days, I was like on easy mode. Like, what's scratching? Like, who's DJ Jazzy Jeff? Who's Grandmaster Flash? And now that I say, and like looking back, I'm like, dude. And so I beat the game on Expert, and I told my parents, "Yo, I beat the game." I was like, I'm a certified DJ now. And so they were like, okay, like if you're that into it, I guess. So then we returned it. We got a new Mark mix deck, and then practiced until one day I heard dubstep on the radio in 2010, which is like an eternity ago. And
Some Skrillex, baby.
yeah, pretty much. And
Love it.
and he was playing dubstep on the radio on 91.5 where I'm at now. And I called and I was like, dude, like play this song, please. And he was like, oh, okay, cool. So he plays it. And I think it was like a song by Schism or something like that. And he calls me back and he's like, yo, people are blowing up the phones. Like, are you a DJ? And I'm like, yeah. And so he invited me to come play. And then that's when I started to come on his show. So shout out to Andrew Gray. The name of his show is Crash the Console. It's every Wednesday
Hey, shout out
at
to
night.
him.
So from 9 to 11. So,
Hey, that's a cool one, man. Shout out to him.
but yeah, crazy. But that's how I ended up, on the radio.
So that's awesome, man. So when was your first gig? How'd you get your first gig? And like, tell us about that and a little bit of about that experience and all that.
My first gig. Okay, I think. Oh man, my first gig, my first paid show ever was at like a school. It was like a middle school graduation, like
That's cool.
at Double R, and mind you, like I never played in a club before at that point. So it was just like, what I mean, I had played in a club, but I didn't have my own music. It was like a playlist that they were like, here, you play these 200 songs and stay within these 200. So all I remember is I played the living snot out of Time of My Life by the Black Eyed Peas. Yeah, that was like when that album came out. It was super hot, and so like like I had the time of my like. That's all I
Love
remember
it.
from that. But yeah, that was my first show, and it was like
Awesome.
really fun, and it was scary.
That's scary. I love to hear that. All right, man. So tell me a little bit about, like how you've seen this industry change. I mean, you've been DJing and been around the old, not just Orlando, but I guess the whole electric music industry. Like, isn't it crazy how like big it's gotten in the last really like 5 years even? But I'm sure since you started, because you've been in this a while. I mean, how many years would you say that you've been in like into EDM?
Officially since like 2008, so that's somewhere around like the 13, 14
Yeah. So I
mark,
mean,
somewhere there.
tell us about like the change and like just what have you seen? Because I know I've watched like EDC go from being a place where, and I love EDC still. I'm still gonna go every year, but it has gotten so packed. I remember my first year, like there wasn't nearly the amount of people. You could just sit down randomly, and nobody's
Mhm.
ever gonna like. You could be in the middle of the crowd and sit down, and there's no problems. People are gonna like come check on you even. There's space to like get away from people for times when things got overwhelmed. Now it's like so it's basically like East Coast version of what's the one that they do out in the desert? And
Oh, Burning Man,
yeah,
right?
not
Yeah.
Burning Man, but the
Oh,
one that they do in California.
oh,
Coachella.
yeah,
It's
yeah, yeah,
basically like
yeah.
an East Coast version of Coachella, like just celebs pulling up just to take a photo and then leave. People in like super nice like club clothes, not rave attire. Like
Mhm.
it's just changed. So like, how has that affected you, and what all have you seen over the years, and what do you think about it?
That's I love that question. So, I came in, like I said, around 2008. So I can't really speak for the older raver days, even though when I see videos on YouTube, part of me like I would die to be able to go back to the
For
raves in the
real, right?
90s. Like that would be like no cell phones. It's just the music, and the only reason people are there is because of the music. And so, the way that I look at dance music was I got into it with my mom. And so, because my mom loves going to concerts, she loves parties and stuff like that. And so we went to Ultra for the first time in 2009, I believe. And we were kind of like, we were really fresh. We didn't know like a ton of DJs.
You and your mom went.
Yeah, together.
That's
Yeah.
so cool. I
Yeah,
mean,
we
that's
we
awesome,
went.
Josh. Like,
I'm trying to think. We went together
how do you
2008,
not love
9,
that?
10, and 11 and 12. So we went like 4 or 5 years in a row.
You gotta love that. I mean, that's so awesome that your mom went to Ultra with you. Like,
No, it's awesome.
that's cool as shit.
It's
So,
cool. Though I'm not gonna lie,
sorry to
it makes
cut you
some.
off, but that
No,
was,
no, no. It makes some. I'll be real. It makes for some weird situations sometimes. Like just imagine
I'm
being at.
sure.
You know what I mean?
I wouldn't want to go with my mom.
But
I love my mom. Shout out to her. I'm sure Tanya's listening right now, but there's just far too many half naked women there for me to want to be around my
yeah,
mom.
and some scenarios that like you don't want to talk about that
Yeah,
happen
for
that
real.
like you
Like
have no
things
control
happen.
over, but then they look at you
I
like
love
you
the
had something to
festival,
do with
though.
it. I'm like, I don't know them.
It's not my fault. I like these people, but yeah. Anyway,
We look and we do. What was that? What's that trend? We look and we don't judge. But no. So we showed up to Ultra and we saw Luciano play at the Ultra Music Radio stage for like an hour or two, which was really cool. And then my whole life changed after that because then we went to the Ibiza Space Tent and that they were changing over from Josh Wink into Laid Back Luke, who I'd never seen before, who is now like that dude is my hero. And
shout out to Laid
yeah,
Back Luke.
he's awesome.
Wish
And,
you watched this.
right,
You did,
him
that'd
and
be
his
dope.
son Marlon, who makes music as well. So shout out to them.
Shout out to you too.
Um, So, but no, I saw him play for the first time, and to make the long idea short, I saw him play. We saw Afrojack play that same day. If you watch the Ultra Music Festival movie called "Can You Feel It," Afrojack tells a story about how he was playing in between Underworld and David Guetta and how explosive it was, and we were there. But the reason I bring that up is because it was so fresh and it was so different. And then not even like a year later, he had already put out Take Over Control. So the following year, we're driving to Miami being like, wow, we're enjoying Take Over Control. And then a year after that, so 2 years after that, we're going to Miami and we're listening to like 1067. And they're like, oh, listen to this brand new song by Afrojack. And me and my mom look at each other in the car and we're like, bro, new. This song's like 2 years old. Like this is not. I mean, it's new, but like
That's how
it's
it
not.
goes, though.
It's
Like,
not new, And we were kind of, and but like you were saying, like it was a community thing, And like you were saying about EDC, and that's why I bring up Ultra. Um, my first EDC Orlando, I went to the first one, like the first two, and like you said, you could sit down anywhere and it was cool. Or let's say that you wanted to be on the rail for Benny Benassi or for Skrillex, and you'd never seen them before. You could actually go up to the rail and be like, "Hey, like, like my we've never seen so and so," and they'll gladly let you. I even had people
yeah,
giving me waters and like trading numbers, like making
I've
friends.
had that experience at the rails before, and it's not gonna happen now. But like back in the day, I've definitely have. Maybe in the VIP section, you can get away with it on the edges on like a certain stage at certain times. But for the most part, you're not getting to the rails easily at EDC anymore. Like you've got to fight through all kinds of people, and like you get to a certain point, and it's just people pushing past people for no reason.
Mhm.
Like back in the day, it used, and I hate to say it like that. I feel like I'm 90,000 years old when I say that, but like for real, for like just a few years ago, like right before COVID, you could just walk all the way up to the rails
Mhm.
and people would let you go right by and it wouldn't be a problem. Now you get halfway there and people are shoved in as tight as they can and then people are trying to push past them even and there's like nowhere to go. That used to not even be a thing. Like
Well,
a
that
guy
also
had the courtesy to know, hey, there's just no more room.
well that creates, and I know you've experienced this. Telling what you say, the crowd surges. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? Like you're people on the rail will like do this, and then it becomes like a wave, and then just
Yeah.
people are just end up
Being
getting knocked
pushed all the
over
way
and
back.
pushed.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's like you
That's a real
guys
thing. That's a
like
real thing. But yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, it's still such a great experience. It's so fun. It's just like
it's
I
the
wish
mental
we could just
attitude of the
press
crowd.
more like common courtesy, but I think like that's just lacking in our community as a whole. And unfortunately, like these raves are becoming the size of communities, and
Well,
they're
it's like
like,
you
and
were
they're
saying
losing the
earlier.
plur. You know, they're
It's
just
it's
losing it.
community. It's people not knowing the rules. You know what I mean? And not that there has to be rules, but it's like the etiquette.
They're
You know
kind
what I
of yeah.
mean?
There is etiquette to raving, and it's what makes it awesome, and it's called plur. That is the etiquette. I
Peace,
mean,
love, unity, respect.
exactly. And like when you lose that at a place where there's that many people, it becomes a mob mentality and insanity instead of love and like the reason you're there is for peace, love, and unity, you know, like you just said, and like to respect everybody around you. So
Well, that and
that's
remember.
enough dwelling on that though. I mean
Yeah.
we
Well,
can move
that
on
and
to that.
mostly in the at the and the biggest takeaway is the music because that was the big thing. To
That's the
to answer
point,
your
yeah.
big question, I saw a documentary with Steve Lawler and he said something that I found really profound, which was back in those rave days that you and I crave, right? Those were happening in warehouses under highways and abandoned places. And then like he said, the police would come and crash these parties. And then eventually these parties got to be held in nightclubs. So it was like finally like now we're safe to play our music and not have to worry about being kicked out or anything. And now it's gotten to the point where instead of it is about the music, but at the same time it's also like
About the
generating
photo.
tickets and the photo
Yeah, and that's why
and
tickets
you
get to
know
be so expensive because I mean it's becoming just like anything else. It's corporations are getting involved in something that was not supposed to be corporate. And that's the issue with all of it. I mean, that is the biggest problem with what's going on with the rave community at the end of the day. The only reason it's large enough to have those problems is because corporations have gotten involved and companies that have become so large that they're forgetting that the reason we're in this is to have a good time, and so they're selling more tickets than there should be sold. And I mean, I get that if a venue's capacity is 300, maybe we should only sell 250 tickets, so there's a little bit more room for people. And hey, I'm cool with paying more money if you do that. Chalk the ticket price up, but instead what you're going to do is chalk that ticket price up and then also sell those other 50 tickets.
Yeah.
And then it's right back to the same problem because you're greedy. And that's the biggest issue in all of America, really, is corporate greed. And that's
And
the
it's
problem
quality.
with raves is
Mhm.
quality goes down when corporations get involved. And the other issue is now people become so like ingrained in you, like that household name,
Mhm.
and like these things become a household name, and so they just accept that that's the way they're going to be treated at the venues in order to see the good music. So the good music suffers because of it, because people are willing to accept it. Because we could throw an underground rave. I've done it. I've thrown raves at small venues and charged a little bit higher price, but nobody goes. They don't go because they want Coca Cola.
Yeah.
That's just what it is. At the end of the day, people want the brand that they know. And so the hardest thing right now, in what I'm trying to do, and I know what you're trying to do, and what we try to do together as a collective around here in Orlando, is we try to break that mold and build a brand that's big enough to compete in some way with these guys like Insomniac and these other people, the Sunset Music people and stuff like that, or at least get their attention so they see us and they like can at least give us some recognition for what we're doing and like try to help us out or at least give us our bite because like it's tough out here and not all of us have connects in the industry, so we got to create it our own way, which hey,
Mhm.
hopefully you guys see that and do it as well, and you watch what we're doing and you try to do something in your own way, not copy us per se exactly, but hey, go out there and try to create a path and ruffle enough feathers and make enough noise that maybe you can get one of these big industry standards to notice you and help you. Maybe that makes you a sellout, but that's just a game. That's where we're at, unfortunately. I don't want to say that, but I don't want to be a sellout, that's for sure. And I'd love to find a way to create these underground raves and these underground shows that are big enough to support me and make it where I don't ever have to sell out and I can just make my own version. But the reality of it is you're competing with something just too big.
No, agreed. And I mean, at the end of the day, as a musician, you're the second you wake up and you say, I want to be not just a DJ, but a producer, a musician, you're in the same pool as the biggest producers in the world. There is no bar, for competition. And
We all put our music on the same place, and at the end of the day, they can be heard by the same ears. The only difference is they have a little bit more money to promote. So don't get the too discouraged is the biggest point.
no, for real. And like you were saying, the big secret, honestly, to me is just finding people who are just as passionate because like all those like those 14, 13 years ago when I got into it, the biggest impressions that I had, and shout out to everybody who I'm about to bring up, there was Evolve the Group who was run by Matt Denuzzo. That's where you got guys like Henry Fong, Milo and Otis, Kilogram, from what I remember. Like they were with them. And then Jeff Kenny was running Heavier Than Gravity events, and he was like the main hookup for Insomniac here in Orlando for a time. Um, and then there was Smile for Camera, and they were doing parties over at Roxy, or some of the newer kids might know it as Guilt, and they would do Takeover Tuesdays every Tuesday, and it was like the craziest thing on earth because at the time, this was like when Dylan Francis, for example, was like coming up. So the EDM was like in this like cool, weird like place, like some really sploinky ass music, at the time. And but at the end of the day, all I remember was there was a ton of DJs, there was a ton of guys who were photographers, and not DJs taking pictures, but like guys who like actually wanted to be photographers, and videographers, and so like it wasn't like you or I like running multiple
Yeah,
things at the
we got
same
to do
time.
everything we can. As a DJ, I'm a photographer, I'm a social media advisor. I'm a fucking videographer. I'm a damn sound guy. I'm a visual guy. I'm a fucking laser guy. I'm a smoke machine
You're a
guy.
one-man show.
I mean, dude, it's just like you have to do so many things. Like if you want to be a DJ that does it professionally at any level and make any kind of money, you've got to invest probably $30,000 to $40,000 off the rip. And then after you do that, then you have to think about all those other things that I just mentioned, how you're going to do it and learn how to do all those things. It's not easy if you want to do it at any kind of level that's higher than just your local club bar.
Agreed. My biggest thing lately, honestly, is chase perfection, but then on the other, like a literal 50-50, chase perfection, but then on the other side, like I keep saying, like with you, like I'm just learning to chill out because like I saw this thing that Skrillex did recently. They asked him like, what advice would you give? And he pretty much said, learn how to be true to yourself. Like learn how to shut off everything that anyone would say on the internet or any negative opinion, because he was like, the sooner that you find your or at least the moment that you realize you're comfortable with what you're doing and you just start putting it out, it's gonna come, because that's what people crave the most. People want to feel like they don't have to care anymore, which is why back in the day EDM or just dance music in general was so impactful, because you know that's where people could go be themselves.
I'm sure it still has that impact for a lot of people, and it definitely did for me. I mean, that's for sure. And it wasn't that long ago I got into it. And again, it wasn't that long ago that I got into being a DJ because I still see it in this like community. It's a fucking awesome community full of great people that are just fabulous. I mean, it's an awesome thing to be a part of, and that's why I still bought into it. And I've done. It sounds like we've been bashing it for the last 20 minutes, but really, I love it with all my heart, and I put everything into it. It's fucking awesome. I just want it to keep getting awesome and not go the other way. So I'm fighting for it to keep being awesome,
Yeah.
and I'm hoping that people keep working hard on making it an awesome community and giving back to it, and go to these shows that are smaller, these Tuesday and Wednesday and Thursday shows, and these things that are not typical that you wouldn't normally think about going out. You don't have to go out and drink a whole bunch, but go out and support in some type of way. I mean, buy some food, get some snacks, tip the waitress, keep the place open, keep it going, and invite friends and make it something you do regularly with your friends, or create a community there that you can get behind to help support these smaller guys, because that's what makes it. Because then you get a community, you get great friends, you get stuff that's awesome out of that. That's a lot bigger than just going to a show. You become like a member of something where everybody knows your name. It becomes cheers. It becomes something awesome. But yeah, so that's what I have to say about
No, agreed.
that
No,
for
that's
sure.
that's pretty much what I meant when I brought up takeover, because I was never part of like their group like that, right? But like you said, I felt like I was part of this movement that even now it affects me even still, and at the end of the day, it's like you were saying earlier, as well. We're just doing it ourselves, and at the end of the day, you just need to find people, like we said on the radio, like we're doing right now. Like we have a camera and we're doing it, and like you said, you don't necessarily you're not copying what I'm doing. You know what I mean? The second I saw you post Mix and Mingle, I was like, fuck yes. I was like, now we have another avenue for people to go and talk
Yeah,
about
I
DJs,
mean,
and it's not just me out here doing it. There's more people, and then even then, I can go support you
that's
on
what I
the
was about to
radio.
say. It's just like going to like, if you look at podcasts with comedians,
Mm-hmm.
you got Joe Rogan. He has all of his buddies go on his podcast. What does he tell them? Go start your own podcast. What do? They come on his podcast. He goes on their podcast. Next thing you know, they're sharing each other's fans. They got 20 million people watching a podcast. They're making every million views. They make $10 million or
Agreed.
$10,000. I apologize, $10,000. So every 1 million views, you get $10,000 on YouTube. Like what? Why would you not share that with your friends if you could?
Right.
And I mean, we're not doing it for that. We're doing it just to share our fans. Just hopefully, maybe 50 people watch this, and maybe 20 of them will decide to go watch yours, and then maybe 20 people watch yours, and 5 of them come watch this, or vice versa. Like just try to spread the love and just try to get it all out there as much as you can and help each other. And just like the community in person, you show up in person and you support their music, and then hopefully they come support yours, or hopefully, if you're a new DJ and you want to figure out how to get gigs, there's your way. You find one of those Tuesday shows, Friday shows, Wednesday, or not Friday, I mean Tuesday, Thursday, Wednesday, Monday, one of those like weird shows, or Sunday even, that's like not your typical people go out kind of day, and you support the hell out of it. You show up every week, you become friends with the people who you see there every week, and you can become friends with the bartenders and the bar manager and the bar backs. And after 2 or 3 months of you going there every single week, you're gonna be hot. They're gonna think next time they need a DJ, they're like, "Oh shit, who do we know? Who do we? Oh shit, ZeroWolf. Yeah, yeah, fucking Victor. He's here every Wednesday, and he DJs. He always talks about how he's a DJ. He's planted that seed 1,000 times. Call him up real quick. You guys got his number, and then bam, next thing you know, you got your first gig at a club. So like that's how it's done, guys. Support people, support shows. At least that's my opinion.
No, you're 100% totally
That's what I
correct.
do.
You're 100% totally right. And while you're not playing those big shows, practice, you guys. Practice,
Oh yeah,
practice.
because you don't want to show up to
practice.
that thing and finally get your big break, and then you suck.
Yeah. Like and remember, know where you're playing. Like know your strengths too. Like to anybody that watches, like
Learn to
know
read
your
room.
strengths. Like if you're good at only EDM, then that's cool. But also take the time to learn how to do other stuff. Not because you have to, but because it's another tool in your arsenal. Because let's say, like he said, you're at the club and the DJ doesn't show, and they go, "Yo, can you DJ?" And you go, "Yeah, yeah, I can." And then they go, "Can you play Latin music?" And for example, like that's I don't play Latin music like that. Like I'm Hispanic, but like I don't listen to it, right? And so for me, it's a little challenging sometimes, but I can still be like, yeah, I at least know what's hot because of TikTok or because of Instagram. I know which Spanish songs will hit. You know what I mean?
100%. I mean, that's a part of being a DJ. If you're going to be a DJ, not only do you have to read a room, but the biggest part is you can't just play what you want to play, because it's not about you. Nobody gives a shit about what you want to hear. It's all about what they want. And if you play some shit that you want to hear and the crowd doesn't want to hear it, they'll just leave. They don't need to be there. They can go somewhere else. They don't have to be there. You have to be there. And so do you want to play what you want to hear to an empty fucking room? Or do you want to play or just what they want to hear to a full crowd of people having a good time? And I mean, maybe you'll have to hear some music that you don't want to hear, but hey, you get the vibe. The reason I'm a DJ is for them.
Yeah.
I do it because the vibe is awesome. I like to create a vibe. I don't do it because I want to play the music I want to play, and everywhere I want to go, I just want to hear what I want to hear. Like,
Yeah. No, agreed.
that's
what you
crazy.
said.
That's crazy
Keyword.
talk. That's crazy talk, people. Like, that's not how this works. It's not what this is. If you want to do that, go get Spotify and throw a little house party, and you
Set it
can
to auto mix.
set the auto mix, and you control the music there. But like in a club and in a venues, I mean, I don't like taking. I get not taking requests, but also sometimes a request is nice to steer you in the direction of what this crowd's into. And if you can get that little group having a good times are infectious.
Well, that's the secret. That's the
That's the
secret.
thing, yeah,
you just said the secret in DJing. When you're DJing and let's say, for example, you're playing Sierra, this beat is automatic. Got everybody dancing over here, but you notice they're not dancing. And then you're like, okay, but then you remember they liked the pop song that I played. So what if I play a pop song that's got a little bit of both? You know what I mean?
Yeah,
And
or
like you
just,
said, it's
yeah,
just
exactly. It's infectious. Like you get one if you can get them having so much fun that it's like they want to have fun too, even if they don't like the track as much. They're fun. You get jealous. Hey, that group's having more fun than we are. Let's turn up. And everybody starts turning up, and that's what the club is for. It's a place to turn
my
up.
favorite feelings when you play a song and you're like, like let's see if that works, and then you hear somebody in the back go, "Oh my god, I love this song."
Yeah.
It's the best feeling in the world. It's like, I'm here for a reason. Like,
And that being said, guys, we're gonna take this into the next step, because I mean that's what a better note to leave it on than let's make it a good
agreed.
time.
Let's get it.
Let's get these decks set up. We're gonna get this fog machine heated up. Get these
Get
lasers
smoky.
on. Is there any plugs you want to make? Any shout outs you want to make for anything before we get this next step going in this?
Shout out to you. Shout out to Mix and Mingle every single Tuesday. I'm on the radio every Monday from 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. You can listen on WPRK.org. You can download their app, which is the WPRK 91.5 app, or you can just follow my website, which is ZeroWolf.net.
Is it on like iHeartRadio by chance?
I don't think they're on iHeartRadio, but something I plan to do in the future is just record the entire thing myself and then just upload it to Mixcloud. So then you'll have every episode. Like this new year's a new start for sure.
All right, and plug your Instagram if you will.
Oh, and follow me on Instagram at ZeroWolf Music. So DJZeroWolf Music.
Yeah,
so.
we'll share all his stuff in the description below whenever we post this as well. Also, you have a YouTube channel as well.
Yeah, and we can link that. It's at DJ Zero. I think it's ZeroWolf DJ.
Okay, you guys please
YouTube.
go follow him, subscribe to that. Also, don't forget to like, subscribe, and all to this. Comment below. Make sure you talk a little bit about what we chatted about here. Tell me what you think. Tell me if you think we're idiots and our opinions suck. Tell us if you think that they're great opinions. Just chat with us a little bit. Let's get this comment section moving a little bit more so we can try to get this video out to more people. It's a big help when you guys do that, as well as subscribing to this channel and making sure you follow us. Follow me on Instagram at Brighton_DJ and check out all the stuff I got going on. I know in a couple weeks, in February, I'm going to be playing at Zootopia, a music festival in South Central Florida. So I think it's more like, it's a little bit south of Tampa, like Bradenton area maybe. I'm not 100% sure. Just go check out Zootopia or check out at BrightonOfficial.com. You can grab your tickets there with a promo code. And that being said, we got a bunch of other big announcements coming up later on in the year. A couple other big festivals I'm playing out. A couple places out of state we're looking at right now. So that's going to be awesome. But let's break out these decks and let this man ZeroWolf throw down awesome
Let's do
stuff
it
for you guys. All right. Peace out, guys.
Pump it up while your feet are stumping and the jam is bumping. Look ahead, the crowd is jumping. Pump it up a little more, get the party going on the dance floor. See, 'cause that's where the party's at, and you find out if you do that.
feel sanctified. This place is my church, so I raise my hands high up in the sky and give praise to the bass. I give praise to the bass. Give praise to the bass. Give praise to the bass. Praise to the bass. All night long, just me amongst the people. This place is where I worship, and the booth is my steeple. The vibrations that fill this room bring joy to my soul. It feels like I'm in heaven, so clap your hands and let us know. You give praise to the bass. 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 Praise to the bass. Praise to the bass. Praise to the bass. Oh yes. I give praise to the bass. Oh yes. Oh yes. You are now rocking with the best. Oh yes. You are now rocking with the best. Oh yes. You are now rocking with the best. Oh yes. To the bass. I give praise to the bass. Give praise to the bass. Give praise to the bass. Pray to the bass. Bring us back to the origins of house. Yea, though I walk through the shadow of the valley of house, I fear no gloom, for thou DJ is with me, and thy kick and thy bass, they comfort me. He prepares the dance floor for me in the presence of my friends, and he has anointed my head with classics like Dr. Love and Flowers. Surely this funky music shall follow me all the days of my life, and I shall dwell in the house of this music. When the record is weak, he restores the soul. He maketh me get down on the dance floor and groove. He leads me beside the speaker and make me move. So yea, though I walk through the shadow of the valley of house, I come to you with my hands in the air, jumping for joy, screaming and shouting, shouting and screaming. And I know everything's gonna be all right. If you believe, then touch somebody. If you believe, then grab somebody. And reach up, 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 and reach up.
drive me crazy. Man, she's still my baby. She don't really love me. She don't really want me. Yeah, she drive me crazy. Man, she's still my baby. She don't really want me. She don't really love me. Yeah, she drive me crazy. Man, she's still my baby. She don't really love me. She don't really want me. Yeah, she drive me crazy. Man, she's still my baby.
I saw people partying, I thought to myself, what the fuck? All day, all night, all day, all night. Viva la fiesta, viva la noche, viva los DJ. I couldn't believe what I was living, so I called my friend Johnny, and I said to him, Johnny, la gente está muy loca.
And then just hurt me till I can get my satisfaction.
Push me and then just hurt me till I can get my satisfaction. 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 Satisfaction.
Put your hands up.
Fucking night of my life, and wherever it takes me, I'm down for the ride. Baby, don't you know I'm good? Yeah, I'm feeling alright. 'Cause I'm good, yeah, I'm feeling alright. Baby, I'ma have the best fucking night of my life. And wherever it takes me, I'm down for the ride. Baby, don't you know I'm good? Yeah, I'm feeling
like a techno party.
Let's go. Make no excuses now. I'm talking here and now. I'm talking here and now. Let's go. Your time is running out. I'm talking here and now. I'm talking here and now. It's not about what you've done, it's about what you do. It's all about where you going, no matter where you've been. Let's go.
Tinder party. Let me take a selfie.
Yeah, my best real.
Let me take a selfie.
Yeah, my best real.
Let me take a selfie. It's my motherfucking Tinder party. Let me take a selfie.
Yeah, my best real.
Let me take a selfie. But first,
Let me take a selfie.
but first,
Let me take a selfie.
up to no.
And alcohol. I got some damn bitches I can call. I don't know what I would do without y'all. I'm a ball to the day I fall.
Yeah, long as my bitch love me. Fuck by long as my bitch love me. Put your fucking hands up!
DJ ZeroWolf on Mix and Mingle.
Express yourself, release and go. Attack the flow and work it low. Express yourself, release and go. Attack the flow, dip low. Express yourself, put your back in it, put your back in it, nah. Put your back in it, put your back in it, nah. Get low. You ready? It's a trap. Shout to all my lost boys, we rowdy. Shout to all my lost boys. Shout to all my lost boys. Shout to all my lost boys. Shout to all my lost boys, we rowdy. Shout to all my lost boys. Shout. Bang your round.
como suelto el Mira como suelto el humo. Llegamos a la discoteca, está bacana y muchas mujeres buenas. La noche está candela, el DJ está prendiendo la fiesta. Aquí queremos ponernos tuyo. Súbeme la música que no le escucho. Estoy en nota, estoy bebiendo mucho. Mientras queda en mi boca, yo suelto el humo. Mira, 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 como, mira, 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 suelto el humo.
If you didn't like ZeroWolf on Facebook, Twitter, or SoundCloud, you're a punk-ass bitch.
And now you're going to die.
Hey, yo, big shout out to DJ ZeroWolf. That was awesome, man. Thank you so much for pulling up on us.
Thank you so much for having me. It's a blast. I tried to play all the stuff that inspired me and some new stuff too.
That's awesome, man. Well, we really appreciate it. You guys, thank you so much for watching. We really appreciate you taking the time out of your day to watch this with us and hang out, spend some time with us. So make sure you follow, subscribe, hit that like button below. Make sure you check him out on Instagram and everywhere. Check out the description below for all his information. And thank you guys so much for listening. Check us out again every Tuesday at 6 a.m. We go on YouTube. So thank you guys so much. We love you. Peace.
Help available at present. Please leave your message after the beep.